Alright guys, finally, the last video. Here is the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Lizard Build-A-Figure Wave Lizard. So we have all 7 pieces here. They are as follows. Number 1, Gwenpool comes with the tail. Number 2, Prowler comes with the right leg. Number 3, Spider-Punk comes with the right arm. Number 4, Spider-Man Noir comes with the left arm. Number 5, Spider-Woman comes with the torso piece. Number 6, Mysterio came with the left leg, which finally got today. And number 7, Lasher comes with the head. The Lizard Build-A-Figure head. So let's put this thing together. Should be pretty easy. Everything just kind of pops into place and everything like that. Let's start with the head. You can see the big ball joint there. Now the coat, again, is removable. The collar kind of sits in there funny. I don't want to kind of finagle it. So we'll just take the coat off. Port it in like so. Or like so. Okay, so... Ooh, is that right? Ooh, I don't like that. Let's see. There it goes. Snaps all the way in there. That looks pretty good. Now we can go ahead and put the lab coat right back on in there so it kind of rests like so. Let's get the right leg. That even has an R on there for right leg. And let's pop it in like so. Left leg, L2, leg 2, left. Easy peasy. Right arm, right on in the socket. Let's see if we can kind of get that lab coat centered around in there. And we'll just port it right on in. A little bit of a click in. Let's get the left arm right on in there. I guess no real click in there, but it goes in. And then the tail. So we have this piece here that swivels around. So we make sure we get that kind of split in the opening of the coat. You could see on that torso piece on the back side, all the jeans. The purple pants have that tear look to it, so that's pretty nice. So you want to make sure that the lighter green side is the side that faces down. So there, we can see we're just going to port it right on in. And it's not snapping into place. It's in. As you can see, it's in there, but it's not really snapping into place. So just kind of put some more force into it. But it's there, and you can see it definitely has some articulation to it. So let's get this guy standing up. Ooh, he's gonna be a tricky one. Oh, that tail's so long. Let's see. We do something like that to get him to stand. You have to really work the feet. He has the toe articulation. Not a whole lot of knee movement. I'll go over the articulation here soon. Let's see if I can just get him into a good standing pose. You gotta work the ankles. As you can see, posing is not really my forte, but I do what I can. See if we can get him to stand. And it's not looking like it so far. Ah, look, and there he goes. Okay, so it looks like you're probably gonna have to use the tail to really help get him to balance. So we'll get that tail down to the floor, and you can have him kind of pose like that. So the tail definitely does help balance, because as you can see, there, his feet don't want to go flat. Even though there's an ankle rocker, it's still difficult to kind of maneuver it into a position where that's really going to work. But let's go, let's take a look at the figure. All right. So we kind of looked at each piece individually back in the video, so you could really see the detailing, which is really nice. The different shades of green, which is awesome. You can even look around the eye. There's an even darker color in there. See if we can get it focus. So really cool, but the sculpt itself is really nice along the scales for the skin. I think it came out really good. We have the articulated jaw as well as the articulated head. So there's a couple points of articulation just in that head alone. And then there's a little bit in the neck. It's not going to go down. It goes up a little bit, but not a whole lot of motion, but you get that good motion in the head there. And it does stay in place. Even though it seems like it moves very easily, it's not real loose, so it can actually stay in place, which is nice. The tongue itself is just kind of hanging there. There's no movement to it. There's nothing you could do with it. It just kind of stays out at all times. Ab crunch, there is an ab crunch, and you can see that he moves easily this way, and he can really crunch down. So that's kind of nice, but if we want to kind of get him into a little bit more of an upright position, he goes there. So you can see crunched all the way down, and then you can kind of get him all the way up. And it's not going to go back or anything like that. Now the legs themselves, you can see you get that forward motion, not so much back, but then it gets difficult again when it comes to the feet and how you can really get them positioned. But they go out very wide, so that's pretty good. There is the upper thigh cut where the actual legs piece together. Now here's where it's tricky on the knee articulation. So you can see that's all you're gonna get. That little tiny bit. And that's it. So there's hardly any knee articulation. So his legs are essentially basically almost stuck like that. But you can look at it. The sculpt work of it is quite nice. So the knee is always going to have a good looking articulation. That's because it hardly moves at all. But there is some. It's just, I don't know what real use you're going to get out of it, to be honest with you, because it's just, that's hardly anything. Down at the feet, you can see it is hinged going up, going down quite a bit, and then the toe has articulation there. Now the toe articulation is not really strong enough. Well, actually, you know what? Let's take a look here. Looks like we may get it stay in position. So you can see there, it's actually strong enough there. But again, the tail is balancing the figure. If we get the tail up, he's not going to want to balance as easily. Yeah, you definitely need to use that tail to get him balanced. So he's kind of loose as well. I don't know if that's just mine or if that's going to be on everyone's. But you can get him into some fairly dynamic poses. I've seen some pictures online of people doing some ACBA. That looks pretty good. It's a little difficult to get him to stand without using that tail. So you're definitely going to have to use that tail for all of the balancing. So again, the articulation's there. There is ankle pivot, but even with that pivot, I have a hard time of getting both feet to be completely flat. Let's see. Without it looking kind of odd. Maybe that's just me. But the figure itself, I think, looks awesome. For someone like me who is basically just vanilla posed, it works out great. For those that do the ACBA, do the toy photography, getting figures into poses, recreating scenes from comic books, it might be a little bit difficult for you guys. But I think it works out good. See, I'm having some trouble getting him to balance right now. We'll go with that. But let's look at the arm articulation. So arms pop in and out. Maybe I didn't get that one in all the way enough. It's in there. So full rotation, or, well, mine keeps wanting to come out. Let's see if I can work that coat a little bit more. That's maybe the problem. So it's in there as much as it can. upper bicep. There is a double jointed elbow, which is quite nice, because how many of the figures have we gotten, Build-A-Figures, that have actually had single jointed elbows? So we do get double jointed elbow, so it's a fairly good bend. It doesn't go all the way, but it goes a very good amount. And then we also have wrist swivel and wrist hinge. And the same goes for both sides. Both hands kind of have that open claw type of hand. So here, again, that's really all the articulation. It's just a matter of getting those feet to work for you. And again, you can, just kind of how you have it. Really going to utilize the tail to really balance the figure. And again, look at the articulation of the tail itself. Kind of go up and down, it kind of moves all around. It's on a ball swivel, so it can move all around in a circle. The same here, this piece of the tail is hinged up and down, and then the last part is hinged side to side. So you can get it, you know, into a lot of different poses, however you want on the tail. Just kind of depends on how you want to really get it, but you see, putting the tail like that, it's really going to help you get into certain types of poses for the figure when it comes to doing whatever kind of shot that you're looking for. So here you have it. There is Lizard. And again, guys, I think he is looking very good. Let's take a look at something here. You know, depending on how you're doing your toy photography, how you're doing your ACBA shots, you can have Spider-Man. You know, Spider-Man be my favorite character. I hate to have in this type of position where Lizard's getting the best of him, but, you know, things like that may happen. However you do it, but here he is next to Spider-Man. He's looking very good. This is the vintage wave Spider-Man. Which is not really being cooperative with me today. So we can kind of see our size comparison with Lizard and Spider-Man. You can see Lizard is quite larger than Spider-Man. I think that's a good size difference compared to the two figures. And I think whoever, you know, your ACBA shots and your pictures, your photography, however you guys do it, I think you guys can do a lot of great things when it comes to this Lizard figure. But you know, with the balancing of the tail and how you might hide that with any props that you might use and how you do the angles. But it'll look really good. So here is the entire wave: Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Punk, Spider-Woman, Prowler, Lasher, and Mysterio. The Lizard figure is my favorite figure of the wave. Build-A-Figures, for the most part, are, not always. The Mysterio figure is one that I was definitely really looking forward to, but mine specifically was a disappointment because of the ankle. But if I were to go through and rate them, last would be Lizard. Next would be Prowler. Unfortunately, it's a good figure. I like it. Not quite there for me. Next, Spider-Woman. Then Spider-Punk. Mysterio. Spider-Man Noir. In that order. So, Lizard number 1, Spider-Man Noir, Mysterio, Spider-Punk, Spider-Woman, Prowler, and Lasher. There it is, guys. Thanks for watching. I know it's been a long time coming to finally complete Lizard, and here he is. So thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for your support in bringing the channel to over 2,000 subscribers. The giveaway for that Pink Panther is coming soon. There's a lot going on right now with the Legends just coming out one after the other, after the other, after the other. I'm going to a toy show tomorrow. After this weekend, then I'll have a little bit more time to kind of get everything situated for that Pink Panther to do the giveaway, and then to run a second giveaway for the 2,000 subscribers. So thank you guys for watching.